watching 8 News Now.
When an accident is because you got in the car after having used drugs and drinking. It's like playing Russian roulette but with other people's lives. So I hope you really mean it.
That judge with stern words for a 23-year-old man as she sentences him to prison. That man convicted not for his first, his second, or even his third DUI. Our 8 News Now investigators digging into this case because it was his 5th. And this time, he killed someone.
It is a case 8 News Now investigator David Charnes exposed earlier this year because delays in testing and court proceedings led to that man's freedom and then a veteran's death. David Charnes is here, and the judge really pressed him about his choices.
Yeah, his choice of driving when he shouldn't have, and his choice of calling what he did an accident. This case, one of the most egregious we have ever covered because we found significant delays in justice allowed him to walk free until he killed someone.
Kill somebody on accident?
Yeah. And what?
23-year-old Alfredo Haragi says driving impaired and colliding with a veteran, killing that man, was an accident. An accident that left 48-year-old Airman George Brown dead last October. But this was no accident. In court Thursday, Clark County District Court Judge Christy Craig pressing Haragi about that word, saying what he did was make a choice.
Drinking. Did somebody make you drink against your will, or did you drink because you wanted to?
I drank because I wanted to.
So that's not an accident, is it?
No accident, because in the hours before Brown's death, Haragi consumed cocaine, marijuana, and alcohol.
It is so hard, Judge. It is so hard.
Brown's family holding photos in court as Craig sentenced Haragi to the terms of a plea deal, 3 to 10 years in prison for taking a life and driving off. But Haragi shouldn't have been driving at all. In the months before Haragi hit and killed George Brown, North Las Vegas police arrested him for what at that point was his 4th DUI. But because his blood results didn't come back in that case for months, all a judge could do was order Haragi to wear an alcohol monitor and not to drive. The 8 News Now investigators finding the company that runs that program later terminated Haragi because he failed to pay fines. Weeks later, well out of custody on that now 4th DUI charge, no monitor on him at all, Haragi hit and killed Brown, making his now 5th DUI a deadly one.
Justice is non-existent here in Las Vegas, unfortunately.
Amaris Davis wants lawmakers to hear her cousin's story and change the law and the loophole we uncovered so this doesn't happen again.
Overall, it's still not enough, but we have to take what we can get, unfortunately. Because of this, there will be more actions taken, and a lot of people can come together to actually help fight for the change.
Change, Judge Craig says, needs to happen now. She's just not sure how.
That impacts everybody here in the city. We all have to worry about it. And frankly, I'm worried about what happens when you get out of custody and whether or not you really understand the choice that you made of having the ability to control that.
We also uncovered how Haragi racked up 3 DUI cases in municipal court so quickly that the system simply just couldn't keep up, and that prevented him from a much more serious charge. Now, this 3 to 10 year sentence was part of a plea agreement. The judge didn't sentence him to that herself. And with credit for time served, Haragi has been in jail awaiting for today's sentencing date. He will be eligible for parole in about 2 years. No accident. That is Nevada law. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
As it stands, defendants convicted of DUI with death can serve anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison, but the maximum amount of time a DUI driver who kills can spend in prison without going before the parole board is 8 years.
Our 8 News Now investigators finding most of these drivers are granted parole earlier in their sentences rather than later. Governor Lombardo and Republican lawmakers tried to change the law in that last legislative session, but the proposal failed.